Okay, so today we are looking at this very fun little extension which allows you to slide pictures on top of each other. And to show you what that means, we'll start with this one. So this is kind of the most obvious use of this. So you can have two pictures of the same place, kind of showing the change over time. In this case here, how this glacier is melting, and we can overlay all these three pictures in different ways. You can also use it for kind of escape room puzzles. In this case, you need to try and slide it until you see the three numbers. So if you slide them across, you can see a 4 here, and if you slide this, you can see the 8 and so on. And then down here, you can put in the code to get to the next page. Here's another way of doing it. So you can also slide them vertically like this. So here we've got lots of different pictures that we can overlay each other, and each of them has a different handle as well. So I'll show you in a minute how to do this. This is a nice little spooky one. So I need to slide some of these spider webs, and then over here the pictures will appear. So the slidey part does not necessarily need to be where the actual picture is. And here is one that I've made, which is kind of a multiple choice. So you need to decide which of the two sentences is correct, and then slide this button there. So and then it will give you a number at the end. So if you put this there, then certain numbers will still be visible. So in this case, we've got 3, 8, 2, and so on. It's not quite finished. So that's another way of using it. Okay, so how you make it is you will need to add the blue templates to your presentation. So download this template, then go to add slides and add this to your presentation. And there are two different ones, and weirdly they work quite differently. So the vertical one and the horizontal one are actually quite different, even though they kind of work in the same way at the end. So I show you how to use the horizontal one first, which is slightly easier. So let's just make a new page, and I'll just add 3 random images that I want to put on top. And what feels a bit weird at first is that the size of the images doesn't really matter. So I can just make them really small, and the position of the images doesn't really matter either. So I can just chuck them in the corner there. And now I need all these items from the template, and I put them on here. Okay, so the most important one is this gray box. So this is my canvas. So this is where the picture will be displayed. So I need to make sure that this box is the right size. It's a bit weird because the gray doesn't get bigger here. So you just need to look where the lines of this box are. So if I want my picture to be quite big, I need to just change the box here. Okay, so the size of this doesn't matter. It's the size of the canvas that matters. Then this yellow box I just need to have in a corner somewhere. Then this one is the alignment. So if I take this out of my presentation, then the buttons will be aligned slightly, kind of so starting from the left, and next one is a bit more right, the next one is a bit more right, and so on. So it's easy to kind of see where they are. But you can decide if you want all your buttons to start on the left-hand side, you put in gauche or centre if you want it in the center, or droite if you want the right side. Okay, so let's keep it on the left. And then here it says image 0. So it always starts from 0. Then I just copy and paste this in. And then now the next one is called image X, and then another image X. So the important thing is, if your pictures need to be in a certain order, that you look what the numbers are. So it always starts with 0, then 1 and 2. At the moment it just says X. So what I need to do is go out of the slide and go back in again. And now you can see it has renumbered it to image 0, 1 and 2. So I know these are my these are the order. But if I now group them in a different order, it will mess it up. So if I group this one first with the picture, and then I group this one, and then I group this one, if I now go back out and in again, you can see that now this one on the right is image 0. That's because this one was the first one that was grouped. So the order in which you group things is really what is important bit. So if you change your mind about a picture and you group it and ungroup it, that will change the order. So if, for example, the middle picture isn't quite right and you need to ungroup it and group it, then suddenly it will be your last picture. So in that case, you would need to ungroup all of the pictures and group them again in the right order to make it work. Okay, and always remember to go out of the slide and back in again to see the current numbering of the images. Okay, so in my case, it doesn't really matter, so we'll have this picture first. Make sure that they are not on top of each other, so you can still reach them. Let's change the alignment maybe to show what that does. So if I put right in there, let's see if this works. So now they all start over there. Okay, and then they already show the first picture as well. So that is kind of the difference. Okay, now we come to the vertical one. So let's copy all those things and make a new page again. And we need 3 pictures. Let's just use the same ones. So just like before, the size of these doesn't really matter, so you can make this a bit smaller. Just chuck them in the corner, and I need 3 image codes again. And again, I need to make sure which order I group them in. Okay. So first of all, we need the canvas as well. So again, we choose what size we wanted. We need this yellow box in the corner. So this is all the same. Now where it gets a bit different is that for the vertical ones only, we can have our own picture as the handle, so to speak. So let's say I want this to be a star, example. So I can have 3 different stars, and I make them different colors as well. So in my first picture, we'll have an orange star, then the middle one, let's say blue or purple, and then the last one, let's make it pink. Okay, so now I need to make sure that these are the same numbering as I want them. So you can see it says 0, X, and X. So let's go out and back in again. So now it says 1, 2, 3. So I need to make sure I group them. If I want the orange one here to go with image 0, then I need to group this one first, then the next one, and so on. So if I group this in the wrong order, like if I group these ones together, this will now be number 2, and this, well, number 1, and this one will be 2. So let's go out and in. So now you see, because I grouped them in the wrong order, it's changed the ordering. Okay, in this case, it doesn't really matter. So these are going to be my handles, and these are the slidey parts, so to speak. So again, I can make it as long or short as I want. The width of it doesn't matter, so you could make it really big or small, doesn't matter. But how long it is matters. So I probably want it for the whole size of the canvas, and again, I need to have 3 of them. Okay, so it makes sense to have them in the picture here, and to have my handles at the bottom, for example, or at the top, doesn't matter. Let's put this one at the top, but make sure that they're on the top layer. So all of them need to be on a layer on top of these slide bars, otherwise you can't slide them back again. Okay, so we start off as I put them, so with these ones at the bottom. As soon as I click them, you can see they're jumping to the beginning of that slide bar. So no matter where on the slide I put them, they will find the slide bar they're attached to, basically. And now I can use this as my handle, or I can use this one as the handle to pull down. And then the blue one goes with this picture, and they can go across as well, so I can have all kinds of combinations. Okay, so let's say I put this one over there. It would slide up and down over there, but it will always jump to the beginning or the end of the bar. So if I put this like all the way at the bottom there, if I click it, it will jump to that slide bar. Okay, and again, I can make the slide bars smaller if I want to. There you go. So the picture will still go all the way to the top because that's the size of my canvas, but the handle doesn't go further up than this. Okay, so that's the difference between the size of the canvas and the size of the slide bar here.